Hello and welcome to Vampire Survivors. I'm Nuche, and it's been a while since I played here. I was wondering about coming back, and then, lo and behold, they dropped an update just in time to justify me coming back to it. Now, my understanding is that this update does require some very specific actions to get the new content, so I apparently need a guide for it. Alright, so I'll have to grab that in a moment. But yeah. Otherwise, tonight we're just going to be playing through that. Oh yeah, I need to open this up to get the... one of the main things they added was some new costumes that will actually update the characters themselves. Interesting. Unlocks. Dare to cast the spell Forbidden Box. Oh. Alright, there we are. We successfully performed the ritual. This can't end badly. Oh, I'm already playing. Oh my. Hello, Emma. Welcome to the stream. Alright, this character starts with no future. You know what, let's go with the Amogus stuff. There's no way this will end badly, right? Bible's a nice keep away. I've got all the upgrades, so I should be able to win this. But I do need to be careful, I guess. I can and have lost runs due to getting too cocky. Duplicator is always a nice one. Oh, what's this? The beginning. Get +1 amount. The starting weapon gains +3. Let's go with this. Just get the duplicator to make sure I have way too many good things going for me. Okay, so basically my goal is to survive until the doorway to the next area opens. Sounds good to me. With how condensed the no future is here, it shouldn't be too bad. Free King Bibble sounds good to me. Clear debris, level up, sounds good to me. Alright, so amount doesn't increase the number of trash compactors. Right, it just adds to the number of trash going through. Although since the trash doesn't pierce enemies, more copies means I can hit more enemies at least. A tracked orb is just so too convenient not to have. Oh my. Lifetime scan is overpowered. If I can get that upgraded, that basically guarantees I win. Free Attract Orb? Don't mind if I do. Attract Orb is definitely one of my favorite items, even though it doesn't actually damage anything. Spinach is probably a good idea, just increase overall damage. Correction, even though it doesn't damage anything on its own, then that is true. It can be upgraded to add damage if you evolve it. Regardless. Ooh, enemies are definitely getting tougher. I'm glad I got the damage amp. Yeah, please actually drop the trash compactor on enemies game. What'd I just say? Put it on the actual enemies. As I said, it doesn't even pierce, so... I'm pairing with one card that makes our AoE stuff do more damage. Oh, that's the Blood Andromeda, I believe. Yeah, I need the damage, and I need it now. Gemini. Listed weapons get a bonus. I see a new one. I don't have any weapon that uses it, though. Might be better off re-rolling. Sarabe of Healing. This might actually be worth it. This isn't the most heal spammy character I could have been, and that would really have a huge advantage with the Sarabe of Healing, but here we are. Yeah, I don't mind free upgrades of these accessories. They're all quite nice stuff. I believe you have to kill at least one of any given enemy for them to show up in the bestiary. Shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. Ooh, these guys look new. Yeah, more King Bibble, if you please. Spinach maxed out. Oh, I wasn't sure if those were Massacre skulls in the background, but good to know, they are 100% skulls. Yeah, these guys are beefy. Mini Ghost, I'm definitely gonna need the Mini Ghost. Oh man, played out of anyone who said, yeah, I know what you mean. I was debating coming back for it a few nights since I'm still just putting together what I'm going to be playing next. Oh, Mini Guardian to be sure. But since the update dropped, well, first of all, I lost my 100%, now I need to get it back, but more importantly, this also made the decision of what to play tonight a lot easier. Also, I guess I should note here for posterity, more of the when they first released the update notes, it was in a completely indecipherable, vaguely demonic-looking script. Just saying bugs and updates and stuff like that. And only a few days later did they finally say, okay, here's the actual update. Which, you know, I can respect. Giving it a decent amount of time to show off, to be thematically appropriate, but then giving the actual patch notes for people who are interested. I think that's a good way to handle it. Oh dear, this might actually be difficult to survive. Hello, gremlin guy. Hey, be careful, I'm actually losing a good amount of health now. Oh, I missed a chest up here. Whoops. How embarrassing for me. Oh, wow, it's all the way up here. Attract orbs now maxed out. Good, I don't have to worry about it. Oh, I can go through walls now. Allegedly offers better moral support. Life science scan to keep my health up. I guess this I'm guessing, if I had to guess, this is probably the last character I played as, and that's why it defaulted me to him. Or it's just set for this particular map, maybe? Life science scan up. Okay, good. The King Bible's been maxed out. whoa, those are bigger demon guys. Oh, well, free level the mini ghost is nice, if only because I don't have to worry about leveling it anymore. Mini ghost. I should have maxed it out so I don't, yeah. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. I've seen a bunch of eyes and fangs and stuff in the background, so I gotta be wary there. Oh, that's Sand Javelin. Yeah, that's from last update. I just forgot, apparently. Life Science Scanner. Wow, yeah, that's a big heal. What's this? Darkasso enables the unlocking and activation of Darkanas. Oh my. An extra treasure boss spawns every minute. The treasure might contain arcanas and random passive weapons. Ah. Okay, so I wasn't invincible during that cutscene. That was mildly annoying. Oh, excellent. We've got an upgrade. Clear asteroids. The only DLC I don't have is the Contra one, and honestly, that one's a little debatable. Mostly just because that's a Konami thing, and yeah. I mean, for the record, the last how can I put this? The last Contra game Konami put out had an overheat mechanic for your gun. Those who don't play are probably wondering, what is that a big deal? It's because the whole point of Contra games from the start to finish was always about basically never taking your finger off the fire button, basically. Oh, wonderful life science scan. Paranormal scan. We've won. It's a little late, but we still won all the same. Now, cooldown reduction should make this very easy. You know, prismatic missile's fine. It does result in a bit of can't see shit captain once I upgrade it, but you know, in this game, what doesn't cause that? More prismatic missile, don't mind if I do. Probably should have gotten the crown a bit earlier, but oh well. Increase experience gains by a rather significant amount. Yeah, now the spikes are coming down, they're really starting to melt through these guys. I probably should have gotten this weapon earlier. Yeah, this is another totally vertical level, just like the Gaio Tower. Three prismatic missiles, sounds good. I'm skipping all the animations, but for those who are unfamiliar, this game was largely created with the idea of let's give the players the enjoyment of gambling without they actually require gambling. Which is good. I wish I wasn't played it before I got caught up in all those gotchas. Granted, I do warn others about making the same terrible mistakes I do. Blood Andromeda. Randomazo. You know what, let's go for this one as well, just so I have some more keep away options. Oh, these guys are actually pretty fast. Actually, in general, it feels like a lot of the enemies in this area are particularly fast. Free missile, can't say no there. I definitely want to keep the enemies near the top of the screen so that the spikes get them. Summon Knight is now maxed out. Good. Wonderful. Upgrade the Luminaire. Now we're getting into Disco Inferno mode. And now the Summon Knight is now the Echo Knight. Don't need the Stone Mask. Unholy Vespers. This will have to be good enough for now. I thought this might be a shorter duration level 4, but no, it's made it a full one. Oh, good, good. Oh yeah, we're able to thin out the horde here. And I think Life Science Scandal is doing a lot to make this easier. black chest. I've never seen these before. Random accessory, huh? The tiramisu. Tiramisu. That's a free revive. I already used up mine, so another spare wouldn't be bad, I guess. Alright, this means this is the regular 30-minute level, the final boss will be at 25 minutes. I'm gonna grab a sip of my drink now that I've had, oh no, actually, I'm taking damage from this stuff. Oh yeah, those cats are actually fast enough to bypass my, how annoying. Yeah, the teleporting in are... I guess I don't mind another bracer. Ooh, free movement wing? No complaints, this is actually quite a nice item. Movement in this game is definitely one of those stats you won't really appreciate until you really start using characters that have it and ones that don't. Easy to overlook, but it really does help. And likewise, lacking it can really hurt. We are the big bosses coming in. Oh, just two of the recycled ones. What a disappointment. My attack speed's so fast, the unholy Vespers are moving extraordinarily quickly. Moving so quickly. Not moving quick enough to make it a solid red circle, but it's getting there. The enemies thought to be beefy are much less beefy now. taking damage, but not fast too enough to be a threat. Wow. Enemies are definitely getting beefy now that we're getting near the end, but it's not enough to harm me. Probably most likely due to just how many permanent buffs I've gotten from the life sign scan. Yeah, their level of beef is no longer sufficient. Oh, yeah. Trying to set up to lead into it. I do hate when toys are way too easily broken, but I didn't know how to pull it off apparently. And I'll work it out. I'll get it done one day. And just look at all those. 1 minute left. They're gonna just throw the beefiest stuff they have at me, but it seems like the toys are no longer durable enough to last. That did not come out the way I was hoping it. Whatever. Seconds. Mecha Kaijus always get the job done, is what we've learned today. 10 seconds, a little less than 10 seconds, I mean. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Quit and cash in the revives. New achievement. Be embraced by the Darkasso. New achievement, Midnight Bolero. Now, what's kind of unlocks are left? Reach a cooldown with Space Dude. Grow Weird Souls Purifier with Centelladonna. Starry Heaven with Shimoon Etta. Reach max health with Bat Robert. Alright, that's 4 characters here. Let's check the collection real quick here. Where are the upgraded weapons? The upgrades here. I'm pretty sure what's asking me to trigger are the upgraded ones. Mazo Familiar. Yeah, it turns Ortologicons into Starry Heavens. Turns Rosaries into the Weird Soul Purifiers. So I basically have to upgrade their weapons and find one of the items in question. Easy enough, easy enough. What's Bat Robert's gimmick here again? What the? Oh no, Bat Robert's here. 32 max health when health reaches a critically low level. Alright, we'll start with Santa here. Or Moon might be easier just because of all the cold focus. I can also just go with Space Dude. May occasionally activate all weapons twice depending on cooldown. Cooldown bonus. There's a few ways I could do that with Space Dude. First, I should probably go with Santa or Moon, and where's the new area? Room 665. Seemingly bottomless, down-reaching doors. Those huge infernal little contraption open only when fed the blood of monsters, summoned by the baneful behavior of a long-forgotten clan. The unfathomable depths, putrid power yearns for innocent souls to play with. I might want something with a bit more AoE. Then again, maybe Robert's good there to get his HP up. Yeah, Gairutin was I think he was the last one I played as, so that's why I defaulted. Starting weapon grows stronger when leveling, gains additional curse, and ignores walls. Oh, that explains why I kept getting so low. But the fun part was I get to ignore walls, whereas everyone else would have had to respect them. Mm, mm. Laboratory. Formerly the foundry where famed anti-vampiric weaponologist Santa Ladona created many trinkets. The laboratory now lies abandoned. Whispered that Santa fled from this workshop on experimental alchemy. Somehow opened a door that's never supposed to be breached. Alright, let me grab a sip of my drink here, and we'll dive right back in, I suppose. There we are. Flames of Misspell. Night Sword. Lightning Ring. Empty Tome is always good to have in the general sense. Right, Grimoire. What does my current weapon evolve with? Lucky Clover. Yeah, makes sense. Lucky Clover probably needed the buff anyways. Maybe not. Santa Javelin. They retaliate when losing health. Wait, why did I take the... yeah. That's my bad. Alright, so I need the hearts. Hollow heart. Don't think I didn't notice the DuckTales reference when I heard of this thing. I watched a lot of the original DuckTales when I was younger. Well, not as much as you might think, actually. Still managed to get a lot of the pop culture osmosis on it, though. Definitely a track orb. Boy, was there a lot of that. Like, apparently my younger self enjoyed someone's flash animation about DuckTales so much that I watched it so many times that the Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 opening theme is now forever associated with me with DuckTales and not Dragon Ball like it's supposed to. Yeah, it was a really stupid flash animation. And so I'm not going to pretend it's a hidden gem or anything, but apparently, like I said, my younger self apparently thought it was the funniest thing ever. That's why I don't really criticize kids for liking dumb things of their own animations. Apparently that's just part of growing up, I guess. Oh, wonderful. Speaking of which, I'm still in a bit of a Dragon Ball kick, so I might have to consider... oh crap, I probably should have gotten that. Oh, whatever. Still was nice revisiting it, and I might even... really continue that trend. I know there was one series I kept bringing up a bit while playing Kakarot, but I do think it was worthwhile. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kakarot genuinely felt like a spiritual successor to the Legacy of Goku series. I know some even who were watching it felt like it was a bit disappointing compared to the fighting games, and I can get that. But it was also clearly meant to be an action RPG more than anything else, so... crap. Oh wow, the rabbits. The mochi rabbits. You know, I don't think they ever addressed what happened to that rabbit that Goku put on the moon, given the moon, you know, has been blown up at least twice in the Dragon Ball universe. I'll go with Shadow Souvenir. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Ooh, free attract orb. Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah, that's a clever enemy, one that splits. Oh my, yeah, that's a lot of enemies. Get an extra level of this, just to reduce the cooldowns in the general sense. Space bug. What if those are supposed to be a Men in Black reference? I'm probably overthinking it. Oh, wonderful. That meat is exactly what I needed. Ooh, excellent. Increased healing, maybe precisely what I need most right now. Sadly, the movies from Men in Black kind of have a weak reputation. The first one's good. In fact, Hateful, it's still great, but the second one I'd argue is one of the worst. Period. It's a pretty terrible movie. Period. But the third, I'm a bit. Well, most would probably say the same as the third. I'm a bit kinder to the third because I was a huge fan of the Men in Black TV show, which had a similar episode, but unfortunately that also means, as a fan of the TV show, I have to say I think the TV episode is able to do a lot better. Talking about whatever at this point, but then again, I guess so Vampire Survivors is great for that. Hollow Heart for more max HP. Brain aliens. Those might be a Half-Life reference. Some more bats. Bolero. The treasure contains Gemini. Oh, I should probably get Gemini because that actually applies to my current weapon pretty well. Mirage robe. need to either get the ice one or the Gemini one, so... And I went with the Gemini. Skullomaniac. Gonna have to upgrade this, but it's a Gemini weapon, so I think it'll ultimately be worth it. It's a lot of enemies, but I'm pretty confident I can handle it. Spinach for just straight up more damage sounds good to me. It's simple, but practical. Yeah, the Gemini effect really helps the Santa Lances. And that's maxed out now. Lobby aliens. Right, they split up. Haven't done this area too much. But for worse, I do need the Skullomaniac maxed now in order to upgrade the... Granted, I've mentioned before, but many consider curse items to actually be a buff rather than debuff in this game, because it always results in more enemies, which of course by extension means more things to kill, which means more experience. Choose an extra passive weapon. I probably should have waited for this, but you know what? Let's just pick the Clover to guarantee. Oh, nice. I can now go through the walls. Oh, wonderful. Nice. The Mazzo Familiar. Damage and amount affected by max health. Alright, Clover's max, which means now I'm just about ready to upgrade. I'd best just rush off to get that ray gun. I can go over my cap with it if I pick it up off the ground. see no arrows, just chests, so I've got a bit of time. Probably won't get one until the 15-minute mark, though, so... Here's the ray gun. Thin damaging zone, high scaling. I do like the jump progression of the stage. It's a little restricting at first, but then it gives you absolute freedom. Yeah, where are you, 15-minute boss? Oh, thanks for the follows, Cynthia. I stream just about anything here, so feel free to stop by if anything catches your eye. Unless we indicate a, thought a mini-boss should have spawned by now, right? Gemini effect to upgrading even items is pretty nice. Although you probably don't want to think too hard about why the flame breath curry item is making you fire out both ends. Ah, there's a chest. I need to grab it before I level up too much. Unfortunate. Oh, but that's exactly what I needed. Seraphic Cry. choose any unlocked base weapon. Alright, so I specifically need something that upgrades with an item I already have. So I could go with the skull. It might be good to get my money's worth out of the skull. Or I could go with an item that benefits from Gemini. Then again, there's actually not many of those I have that that upgrade what I got. I get Sharp Tongue, but I don't have any accessory slots left. Can't fit in its item. I guess Song of Mana is gonna be good, just because that is in fact another item that unlocks with the skull. Oh, there's a rosary here. I need to grab it. Where's the rosary? There it is. And we officially completed the quest. Wonderful. Doesn't matter if I win or lose now, but of course I'm gonna try and win it all. Bye. We are cashing the revives. Stage complete, and here we are. Hail from the future. Wheel of Souls Purifier activated. Wonderful. She-Moon. Wait out. Arctic mirages and a slow, constant snowstorm make this glacier a harsh environment. Nevertheless, the myths of a powerful weapon, a mysterious potion, and a cursed woman who hates hot springs make for strong lures. Alrighty, let me grab a sip of my drink and I'll dive into this one for the next quest. Alright, for this next quest, we have to, Hail from the future. Receive one of the listed items when leveling up. I suppose, why not? Well, why not? Go ahead. Life science scan's gonna ensure my victory. I'll just go full ice here, which also means I'm going to need the, what's it called? I'll need the, bouncing rune. I could also get these two. Spare. Tiramisu. Bronze finger. Silver finger. Might as well upgrade the tiramisu since there's only like 2 levels of that. Yeah. I just have to be careful. If I use both revives, the tiramisu goes away, which means it can no longer be used to upgrade the weapon. It upgrades. However, once they're upgraded, it can go away and no one will care. The heart of the ice. XP, XP. The heart of ice. I need to get the heart of ice. What else to talk about? For whatever reason, I found myself just watching a bunch of, I grew up with Batman the Animated Series, since apparently someone on YouTube decided to just upload a whole bunch of the, oh my. Just upload a whole bunch of video essays about it, so I just went through all those. Somewhere as much as I remember. I guess Heart of Ice is fitting, since that's the Mr. Freeze episode everyone always talks well about. For good reason, mind, but yeah. Some of them weren't handled well, though. Like, the Penguin's a very popular one to point out wasn't done particularly well. That's why they redesigned him when the show moved on later for the Justice League and stuff. well as the movie for Mystery of the Batwoman. I remember that movie, and I still remember liking it too. Although, granted, it does rehash a lot of the stuff from Batman and Mask of the Phantasm, which is very frustrating. You know. Well, not frustrating, more disappointing, I guess would be the better word for it. Nonetheless, I still will say I genuinely liked Mystery of the Batwoman. Ooh, wonderful. Oh, wow, great, because that maxed out the, mini ghosts there, that means I don't have to worry about picking level ups, so... And that is rather ideal, because, well, the ghost doesn't do anything. You know, when you level up, it's really just there to eat a few level ups before you can upgrade the weapon. Oh yes, about the Penguin. The big thing that made him, apparently he was so disappointing was because, well, as you could guess, the suits DC demanded that he be made exactly the same as the then recent movie Batman Returns, where he was the main villain. Now, I do remember that Batman movie, and I do still think it's a genuinely good one, but what works in one might not work, canon might not work in another. And yeah, so the Penguin there was definitely not great. I tried to make a commentary there, but since he was constantly trying to seek the approval of the elite who just pretended to care about him, but there's definitely one of the weaker storylines, especially since I felt there were better ones that handled it. Granted, the worst episodes are always going to be up for debate, especially for a show like that. Yeah, I'd rather get this right away just to guarantee the upgrade for my spear, because I need to upgrade this. Well, I need to upgrade the spear in order to get the item, you know? Yeah, this area is pretty much specifically designed to drop those time stops, the Ologicons or whatever they are, like candy. They're pretty much designed for this character. But it's nice that now that Ice has a you can now make various ice builds and have them work. Before, they really didn't have much of anything over fire builds, or at least in my opinion. I don't know what the meta or anything is for that. I have a vague idea of what weapons people like, but that's always up to... Some of that can really be splitting. Like, even to this day, people always debate on garlic and stuff. Whether the garlic is actually good or not. So... Can't exactly sit here and pretend I'm in any way objective. I went kind of through my own phase where I thought, well, the garlic's good early game since it's a nice to keep away, but kind of falls off in late game. But now I think, if you use items with knockback like the report or whatever, it's a lot more valuable, so it can definitely be good just for the passive bonuses, even if not its direct damage. And that's a lot of, the Clayface for, Batman Animated Series also seems to be really popular. I remember checking out the wiki afterwards. Apparently there's been 6 different people who have the name of Clayface. Interesting. Here we are, Jail of Crystal. You know what, let's go full in on my theme here. Jail of Crystal. We're going to freeze enemies. There may be some momentary discomfort. Well, that's Batman Beyond, which is a little different. I don't know why I never noticed it before, but yeah, Batman Beyond did... I still do genuinely like Batman Beyond, if only because it did quite a bit with its characters. However, it does borrow a lot of its homework from Spider-Man, but then again, a lot of stuff did. I mean, Danny Phantom did that. And that show's remembered pretty fondly. Granted, it also helped that it did seem to at least notice what did and didn't work to try and make sure, because... Damn Neat Fandom did copy some of the homework from Spider-Man, and that Peter Parker has had multiple love interests over the years, and while it's pretty much just set in stone that he's always a Mary Jane, Danny Phantom also had the issue that some of the Spider-Man canons are some arguably better options than the canon couple. And Danny Phantom also kind of had that issue where some characters felt like they had better chemistry than the canon girl. I'm sure this is debatable, but I did think Batman Beyond did a better job of that, but I wouldn't be surprised if others felt differently. Like I said, there are flaws in copying homework like that. Speaking of which, I think while I was doing PvP in Final Fantasy XIV, I at one point mentioned, and it seemed weird how Captain Marvel, or Shazam, as he's sometimes called, is treated like, is usually treated as the obligatory D-list guy to screw over. Like whenever they need to establish, okay, this bad guy's a threat, they always seem to pick him in particular. Now, I figured that was due to him being a D-list character, and indeed, that's part of it, because, wow. Oh, wow, I forgot to level up the... Whatever. The times item drops like candy here. Yeah, let's see that. The time item here in this area drops like candy, so... I can take a bit of time, really. Oh, yeah. I know, one thing I do know comics like to do is take D-list heroes and villains and just have them as cannon fodder, since they're recognizable enough people might know and care who they are, but not important enough that they can actually do anything against the main bad guy, so they can come in, get their ass kicked to establish, oh yeah, this guy's a threat. I believe that's the Warp effect. Or at least that's what TV tropes tell me it's called. Also beats me how accurate that actually is. TV Tropes likes to make a lot of pop culture references and stuff, or at least they used to. There was more like a troop called the Haru High or whatever, after a popular anime at the time, Melancholy of Harusai Suzuromi or something like that. I probably butchered that because I genuinely never saw the show. I just saw a few episodes and... I just saw bits of episodes, rather, and it was really popular. And, of course, the image was just this trope incarnate, which is all okay. But I think they've been cracking down on that a bit so that people can reasonably guess without having to know pop culture. Recent pop culture. Yeah, I need to level up the wings, actually. Right, that's what I was missing. Or was I on to get fouled again? Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of times I like to use the Warp effect on characters that people recognize but aren't important enough to actually beat the bad guy, but... Well, first of all, there's issues with that trope in general. But to stay on topic, apparently it wasn't just that. Apparently Captain Marvel / Shazam was actually obtained by DC from absorbing other comics, and apparently the one in charge held a grudge, and so ever since, they've basically been screwing over him in particular. Dang, that's pretty nasty. I'm not sure why I got the clover now that I think about it. I don't have the item that it upgrades. No, wait, no, I do. Santa Javelin. So yeah. I remember first noticing it during Injustice because, or was it? No, it was the DC versus MK crossover, where I watched it through the whole story mode on YouTube. It's about what you expect, so if you like that sort of thing, you definitely enjoy it. But the big relevant piece here to talk about here is that basically anytime they needed to have someone get their ass kicked, they just chose Captain Marvel for it. Sometimes it wasn't even particularly plot relevant. Glass. Okay, good. Starry Heavens. So we've almost done with the quest. I just need to find another timepiece, of which there's probably going to be a ton, actually. Like I said, this level seems pretty much custom-made to... You know what? I'll just go over here and collect one of the ones here. Sarah's custom-made to spam them at you, so... It shouldn't be too hard. Here we are. The Zodiac. Here we are. And from there on out, I noticed, yeah, Captain Marvel, whenever they need to have someone's ass be get kicked for whatever reason, they always seem to choose Captain Marvel for it. And apparently, the ones in charge of DC are just that petty. Here we are. Now let's see. What do I want? Duplicator. Wonderful. Spinach for increased damage, of course. Now, if I die, it's gonna suck, but I'll still have completed the quest by now, which is good. The only one that might be tricky is to make Bat Robert get his maximum HP bonus, because I need to get him low on HP but not let him die, and that also means I can't have too much healing, because in this game, if you build spec for healing... I guess that is the right way to put it, though. Yeah, but if you do that in this game, you will quickly find that you can you'll get to a point where you easily out-heal the damage you are capable of taking, so gotta be wary of that. Oh yeah, Starry Heavens. Duplicator. You can never have too many projectiles. It's a pretty neat, nice little genre. You really do... I've seen some call it a bullet heaven, since you feel like a boss of a bullet hell game as opposed to the player, and I can definitely get that feeling. I used to play a lot of Ikaruga and Toho when I was a lot younger. In fact, before I kept saving my VODs, I even played a Toho-like that someone had made. It was pretty decent. I liked it, anyways. Ah, the Kizune. Now, this thing has a lot of HP, if I remember right, so long story short, it's actually possible for it to tank everything I throw at it, so I'm not able to kill it before the timer runs out. Which is unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. Like I said, I've already completed the quest, so... Wow, I've really veered off topic, haven't I? Oh well. I have a tendency to ramble. Especially about stuff only I care about. Yeah, this one has an actual mechanic. As soon as it starts... I think it's after a certain time or after a certain amount of damage, it splits into two. You have to kill them both. Actually, I should probably get Gemini with this. Actually, Moonlight Bolero might not be half bad, just because this means more stuff for upgrades. I see. Huh. So the eyeball is the extra from the Arcana. Oh, just a Pomerola, huh? Well, I guess that's fine. Gonna have some items ready. Yeah, I've got one item ready to upgrade. I guess I just feel like doing so. The snowmen are attacking. They're sick of me using them to farm. That's one down. Thunderloop. Still a nice upgrade all the same. Okay, so I do in fact have enough damage output for this. I guess that's alright. Excellent, that's another upgrade. Paranormal scan. The Flame Snowman. Give me all your experience. I might not be able to get upgrades from those things, and if so, I probably should have just re-rolled until I got Gemini. Unfortunate. It would have really only affected the guns, but that's still not half bad, because that's still more of the screen covered up. Stats there. Here we are, the guns are ready for upgrades. Oh, wonderful, the Seraphic Cry. I've forgotten about that one. Excellent. The Faraji. Shadow Pinion would synergize, but I'm going with Rune Tracer because that synergizes with my ice build. Although, disappointingly, this does, I cannot get the upgrade for it, item for it. Oh well. Here we are, Crystal Cries. Now, let's see what's left. Space Dude, minimize his cooldown. Yeah, there's a few ways I can do that, I think. Space dude. Now let's see here. Here. Let's see here. Moonglow. I believe this one has all accessories up, which means I should be able to theoretically do this. I just need to hurry. This defeating frozen enemies gives bonus max health and growth. It triggers also launch when health gets a critically low level. Freezing generates explosions. Freeze enemies. Critical damage, lost and found painting. Duration, area. Banish, weapons also damage area. No. Bounces, no. Projectile speed, no. Cooldown, reduce moving. Except for my curse damage. Gemini, list weapons have a counterpart. Armor also affects these weapons. This weapon has a chance to freeze. Getting frozen enemies bonus. Out of 5. Bounces. Lots of pearls. 3 bounces. Boogaloo of illusions. Chaos in the Dark Knight. Over 10 seconds. The character starts getting projectile speed every level. Oh, let's go there. Actually, why am I taking an accessory? I can get all the accessories. Oops, I went too far. Then again, that's something you don't really say in this game. Excalibur, a melee weapon. So now I've got a gun and a sword. I'm just good at everything. all my skips are gone, and I can't get the best way to get the cooldown reduction is to max out, but that's only minus 40% at max. I need double that. There's a way I could do it. Actually, there's a way I can do this. It's just gonna take a full time. Polis replica. Emergency meeting. Amount. Interesting. Let's just use this to make sure I get the empty tome. No risks. Could be a reference to the Ninja Turtles, could be a reference to, Lucky Swipe is actually probably worth my time. Danger, danger, or Space Boy. Space Boy. I was really into Initial D at one point. Don't know why, I just had the Euro beat itch. Oh, don't mind a free level of that. Yeah, 45%, so I need a little more. The engineer. I do like how the card has one of the early game characters on it. I need to stop it for a moment to see, but it's not gonna be kind enough to do that. Probably best it doesn't either, because I kind of need it to hit things. Probably get this item over here sooner rather than later. This is one of the things I was specifically wanting. Then again, I guess I could get 2 or more items and then it. I guess armor's not bad since it upgrades an item got. Oh yeah. Well, I wouldn't call them bad villains, but some of them worked a lot better as just one-episode wonders. Like, I know there's some YouTube essays about Baby Doll, the one Batman villain who is a full-grown woman but stuck in a child's body. That was a pretty impactful episode, but while they did try to bring her back later, I think it only really worked for that one episode she was originally in. Last Fandango is gonna... I do know there's a villain named Lockup that was rather amusing because he basically seemed like a parody of what people thought Batman was. Because he specialized in... Well, he did claim to basically be like Batman, where he went after criminals. He went after basically anyone he personally liked as a criminal. He personally disliked and declared them to be bad. Which is fine when they're a robber. The problem is it also was anyone reported on news he didn't like, and you know, Commissioner Gordon, but he, but let's see here. Queen's here. But otherwise, most of them were the smaller, weaker criminals. He didn't bother trying to go after ones like Joker, Two-Face, and basically anyone you would think could be able to take him in a fight. Yeah, they weren't exactly subtle with the animated series sometimes. He was also, but like I said, it was just one episode, and it worked for that episode, so I didn't think it was a problem. I probably should have grabbed the report, actually. It's a full 30-minute stage, so I can afford to take my time. I definitely need to get the attract warm up. Seismic activity detected. Press the button to shift the planet's atomic plates. I do like these little disasters. They feel thematic. They're also not punishing if you fail. Ooh, nice. Now, like I said, my understanding is one of the design philosophies for this game. And basically, oh nice, upgrade already. The goal is to try and give the gambling the feeling of satisfaction from gambling without actually requiring you gamble, which is good in my book. only get 10 rerolls, so I have to be very wary. I get a few extra on some of the characters I like playing, but this is not one of the ones who gets that effect, so. That's the only thing I don't like about the phaser. The song it plays basically overrides whatever the background music is, which can be a little disappointing. Probably get the reports. Or at least another Among Us weapon. I prefer report, actually. Yeah, banish the cats here. Good for a money run or a Gemini, but here we are, report. Duplicator. Good. Now to pick up the life science scan to maximize my power. Now I definitely need to prioritize the ghost, because that one can go above the cap and will, more importantly, allow me to upgrade the life science scan. Alright, see you later, Emma. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, yeah, this is another perk of the wings. More movement speed means it's easier to go through here, which is not insignificant given, well, actually, I do also need this one in here, the Guardian, in order to upgrade the... Yeah, this one is needed to upgrade the debris, and I need that, so... Grab. There we are. Now I have all the ones for upgrading, which means I can now grab the ones that are just nice to have. Alright, there we are. Now I just need to keep upgrading until I get the paranormal scan, and that will resolve the problem here. I don't want that item. No, thank you. Actually, I probably shouldn't be too far, because it's going to ask me to push buttons at some point. Oh yeah, the red crewmate that upgrades the report is near the report button, which I believe is going to be this way. Yeah, most of the enemies here show up in the base here, 54 area. I guess they wanted to, even the players who don't buy the DLC to be able to enjoy the space-themed update. Appreciating it really depends, honestly. Some will really love the, love it, others less. I should have waited about 10 or 11 minutes first. sensors detect a faint smell of vinegar from space. Press the button to end the smell. I believe only one weapon can upgrade per chest, though. I think they nerfed that, but I guess it makes sense. The weapon upgrades are kind of huge. The paranormal scan. Ooh. I got an item, a free item I can pick. I need to pick something that upgrades with whatever I currently already have. Actually, the Excalibur might be ideal. Go with the build I was doing before. Shapeshifter is way over here. I did look it up, and Among Us is still going, still updates. That's good. Funny, it was just a small casual game that was made one day in 2018, but it only got popular during the COVID lockdowns. So, naturally, people made video essays about how it was made to exploit the situation, but if so, that's pretty impressive. Abilities to tell the future. Right up there with the people who claim that the DLC for FromSoft games was done before the excellent. It was actually complete and just held off with to ensure the to basically redo the hype. So I guess in theory I can kind of get where that theory comes from, because generally a game is most popular at its initial release and it only goes downhill from there. And while DLC and expansions do restore it, it's a temporary thing. Even if it's the best, it'll only last a period of time. This still makes it last a little longer than it otherwise would. The problem is, it's kind of, well, with Elden Ring, I guess you can make, that's potentially possible because they basically knew it's going to be popular no matter what. While I came out of it with mixed feelings, I am still glad I played it, especially since I did it with the team. I'm so fast I can actually outrun some of these. May occasionally throw science at enemies. I like how it words that, throws science at enemies instead of just projectiles or something. More upgrades. Oh, wonderful. The, clear asteroids. Yeah, it's possible with Elden Ring to doing that, since it was probably going to be successful no matter what, just because of how popular the base game was. In fact, it's one of the very few games I've actually gotten a 100% on. I mean, with this game, I'd argue it's actually not difficult so much as it's just time-consuming, since you have to just do a bunch of runs, and that's usually how it is with these roguelikes. Even Streets of Rogue, I'd argue, is fairly easy. The only one that you might need to look up a guide for is the, what's it called? The one I might need to actually check a guide for is the alien one, since that requires some very specific steps. It makes sense a roguish type game would want to have their achievements easy to go, since the fun is about the different runs and such, rather than necessarily a 100%. But, where are they going? Oh yeah. The problem is, if we go back to, like, Dark Souls, saying that they had the Dark Souls DLC complete from the start, and, ooh, perfect. Frozen enemies. Combine this with the Heart of Ice and the Jail of Ice, and I get a huge bonus. cooldown, 57%, we're getting there. Lucky for me, I have plenty of time. Well, let's get the items here. Yeah. Now, the truth, assuming that they knew Dark Souls would be successful enough for DLC is just to hold back content for DLC is a bit generous, because remember, the most successful game prior than in the Souls-like series was Demon Souls, which it was popular among the niche that likes it, but ooh, no future, wonderful. But it was in no way the mainstream success that Dark Souls would later be. So it's basically saying they were banking on something that all statistics showed was not going to happen, because based off of what happened with Demon Souls, it suggested Dark Souls would be moderately popular among the niche fan base of Kingsfield and Demon Souls fans, but otherwise won't be a mainstream success. So yeah, I don't think they specifically held back on contents. They might have held, like with Elden Ring, I could kind of see some things they might have held back on, so I can see why. But again, for all the others, it's basically saying they banked on something that the popularity that all statistics claimed would never happen. I mean, there's absolutely no numbers that would have suggested there. Eruptions are in progress and tourists are rushing to witness the spectacle. Kindly push both buttons to prevent tourism. Ooh, wonderful. Alright, here we are. Emergency meeting. Evolve report. Occasionally destroys all of a particular enemy. Alright, so it's in the science room. Who is the imposter? It's a little hard to see, I'm not gonna lie. Then again, what else is new with this game, right? Oh, wonderful. Celestial Voluge. Ooh, an upgraded weapon of my choice. I could go with something with cold damage to synergize, but I don't necessarily have to do that. Spell Stream is probably a safe one. Ooh. Actually, you know what? Let's go with... You know what? I'm already playing can't see shit Captain the game. So let's make it worse, shall we? Collecting all the pieces of Exodia right now, except I'm missing the weapons, so I can't kill the Reaper at the end of the game. Oh, wonderful. The Excalibur is upgraded to the Legionnaire. Oh my. Mini imposter, but occasionally. I do believe that's everything. Oh no, I still need the last one, the last cursed enemy. Kinda neat, there's... they've really upgraded the ice build. Yeah, that mini-boss died instantly. Yeah, we're in complete can't see shit captain territory. I do believe those robots are referencing the day of the Earth stood still. Actually, I like a lot of the classic sci-fi references here, like the robot from Lost in Space, or I love it. Yeah, I can't even see where the walls are. I can see some rocks, but that's about it. And I don't mean the asteroid rock, the space rocks. I mean actually the ground, because they are textured differently. Is that the right term? Textured when we were 2D? I don't know. The point is, yeah, like this rock, I can see that, but I can't see much of anything, so... And buddy, we have 12 more minutes. This is not going to be fun. Oh my, there was a chest here the whole time and I missed it. Well, I got it now, at least. Oh yeah, cooldown is well over what I need for the whole thing. Now the last one's gonna be tricky is the Batman one. Is get that maximum HP? Does it require that I do it with his passive, or can I do well what I'm doing here? Wow. Yeah, nothing's even getting close to me anymore. I am in full can't see shit captain mode, but I am also not able to. Enemies can't even touch me despite having 2 cursed items. Dang. trying to think of something to talk about if I'm gonna just stand here. Well, first let me grab a sip of my drink, I guess, since that's clearly no concern right now. Right, I should grab these, huh? Let's see. I can say I'm going to be meeting up with the team again for more of our 7 Days to Die shenanigans this weekend. And not immediately, but pretty soon. After that, we're still trying to find a game to play together in the general sense. We're being pretty picky, though. For Keeper, we decided to wait until the full release, since they're going to be doing a lot more major updates with that at the time. Lethal Company we're kind of back and forth on. Some of us like it, but some of us don't. That's probably best not... We're trying to find one where all three of us agree, as opposed to two outvoting the other, just because, well, as I mentioned, we're streaming this, we want to have some investment, you know? Slade may not be streaming either, but, you know, it's unfair to leave him out just because he's not recording. I just thought about it, but I guess best let him worry about that. Some people have fun with it, others don't. Turn away for a moment, check something, I turn out, and then the suspicious eyes enemies here. So I guess it says a lot they aren't even damaging me. I have over 4,000 health, sheesh. Well, we have 5 minutes left. Who's the imposter? Yeah, the tripod ones are references to War of the Worlds. The origin of that one famous radio play where people genuinely thought the aliens were attacking because they joined in halfway through. I mean, the radio play did directly say at the start and at the end that it was an adaptation of the H.G. Wells book, but people who joined in or halfway through or left before it ended would have easily been mistaken thinking it was real, and there was a huge riot over that. Luckily no one was hurt, but there easily could have been. Probably told that story every time I do this map. Well, it's a notable part of history that's worth remembering, I'd say. Let's give me something to talk about. probably should be shooting the breeze a lot more, especially when I'm just going to be sitting here, letting enemies die for me. Yeah, look at that cooldown, almost minus 200%. So, yeah. Yeah, they're not even able to touch me now. Who is the imposter? Yeah, being able to vote out an entire enemy type is a lot of fun and thematically appropriate. Sometimes I wonder if I'm being too harsh about the Contra stuff. I'll think about it, I guess. But at the very least, it's nice the crossover stuff's all optional, so like if you just really couldn't stand Among Us being huge for a while, you can just skip that, for example. I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind later. Time will tell, time will tell. So I think I should probably pick up a new VN, maybe an RPG as well, but hard to say. The way I usually string things, I have a main game, usually a main story, so hence RPG or VN, and then I have another one. If it's a murder mystery, I usually hard focus that, just because, well, an important part of mystery is remembering details that could be relevant later, so I don't want to forget too much between sessions. I do know there's a lot of Zero Escape-esque ones out there, or ones that are highly recommended, as well as some ones inspired by it, or Danganronpa. I'd say that I like the Zero Escape 1 and 2 story a bit more, but weirdly I found myself liking V3 a lot for Danganronpa. Although I guess that might be due to the gameplay, weird as that is to say. With Zero Escape, it's basically just a bunch of escape-the-room puzzles. Danganronpa's got those... Well, the minigames can be hit or miss, but I think they were at their best at V3, just because, stuff like Split Opinion and they were just straight up fun. There we go. There we are, unlocks. New achievement, reach the cooldown bonus. Unlocks, just reach 65 max health with Bat Robert. If it lets me go over, that'll make it easier, but if it specifically requires that I use his passive ability, that's going to be something else entirely. Is there anything to upgrade? I don't think so. Should probably be upgrading Curse, honestly. Oh, wow. That was expensive as hell, and yet it's still, well, it did take a good chunk out of my cash, so I do think it was worth it. Yeah, the World of Light and Dark and Garlic Paradise added the additional skins. And I wonder if they'll add more for the DLC. Technically speaking, Legacy of the Moonspell and Emergency Meeting were not available when the DLCs first dropped. Or, well, Emergency Meeting might have. Legacy of the Moonspell I know for a fact was not, because adventures were added sooner. Emergency Meeting I don't remember, but... Yeah, it's a really good addition, I think. It's the closest thing the game has to a story mode, but... And it's kind of interesting. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Right, Bat Robber. I'm guessing it's supposed to be Bat Robert. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a parody of Batman and Robin because he looks like the Adam West Batman. Backcountry. We can't stop here. Let's see here. What did I unlock? Sapphire Mist. All weapons have a chance to fire twice instead of once when activated. Listed weapons might even fire more than twice instead. Sure, we'll go with the Darkasso. Oh dear. Oh, those are not my bats. As I mentioned, I grew up with Batman the Animated Series. A lot of that stuff stuck with me. Like, I know they didn't a lot of people don't like how they gender swapped Calendar Girl, but I thought it worked out rather well, especially for the story they were going for. Between her and Clayface, they had quite a few criticisms of the entertainment industry. Ones which, sadly, are still very common criticisms of the industry. Yeah, it was originally Calendar Man, and in fact, seems to be still be moderately popular. He even showed up in the Arkham games. Spell Stream. No, I do have to take a good amount of damage for this, so... Alright, so let's drop my health like a rock. Is there a cooldown on this? It might be. Probably a decent cooldown between use. This is because that explosion also healed me a good bit. Probably get some armor too, just for protection. This does mean they'll take longer for enemies to get me to critical health condition. Yeah, the bats don't pierce, so I gotta be careful. They can only take out so many at a time. Oh yeah, that wasn't something I mentioned in the video essay. The Batman the Animated Series was tried to be a bit more like the at the time relevant movies, because they were trying to move away from the more campy Adam West adaptation. I guess that's... I guess it makes sense. With the mixed feelings there, they'd most definitely want to go against it. And of course, over time, they thought the dark and brooding Batman might be a bit much. And that resulted in other lighthearted again, in this case, stuff like Batman Brave and the Bold. I love Batman Brave and the Bold. It was genuinely funny at times. It was great. It was great. Do you wanna... I'm not getting defensive. Do you wanna fight? Here we are. I guess that's fine and dandy. A hollow heart. Golden rings. And just in case there's anyone out there in the universe that didn't realize this was a Sonic parody. Which is funny that the name itself is a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas reference. Which is also why I never strip the Fear and Hunger. Because I will not be able to resist calling it Fear and Hunger in Las Vegas. Well, that, and I put my VODs on YouTube after. And, there's a lot of stuff in there YouTube certainly won't like. There's a lot of stuff Twitch won't like either, but I think there's a mode for that. It's a good game, I recommend it. But, I can't play it on stream. That said, it's one of those I seem to enjoy a lot of the lore videos and stuff more than anything. Then again, I guess the same could be is said about the DLC for Elden Ring, where a lot of the lore dumps and stuff really got me thinking a lot more than the gameplay. I do like a lot of the new stuff, but I guess well, in Guild Wars 2 kind of reminded me of why, despite often getting a bad rap about vertical progression has a few perks over... Oh, right, the IBATs. Vertical progression in games can certainly have some perks compared to horizontal. Horizontal means that stuff you get will be relevant for longer, and so your hard work will pay off a lot more. I think I mentioned from Final Fantasy 14, I did most of the each expansion's relic weapons when they were relevant, so I did a lot of most of them are pretty much just grinding commitment. But of course, because it uses horizontal, it means they're outdated halfway into the leveling of the next expansion. So unfortunately, they do make the grinds easier for the people coming later, but still a commitment no matter what. So it's an awful lot of work for something that's not going to last. Or after a certain point, it's basically just fodder for outfits and glam. However, it does mean that anytime there's an update, there's stuff that's always going to be relevant to you. Like, I played Guild Wars 2 up until the end of Dragon's expansion, which introduced a lot of really cool stuff for each job, but I unfortunately didn't find anything that really vibed with me. So I just kept with my old gear, which was still relevant. In fact, I was able to use it to beat the final bosses and all that. It was so all this stuff. The only thing was stopping me was my own skill issues, which I appreciate. However, this does have a catch. And that's that, that also means that if I didn't care for any of the new specs or stuff that it came out, basically I don't have too much new stuff to do besides just the other content. So there's no, if I didn't feel like it, I didn't need to grind for any new gear or sets or anything like that. Didn't need to craft anything. Oopsie. So yeah, on one hand, the harder work you do is a bit more meaningful with horizontal progression. You can keep it around for longer. On the other hand, if you don't care for it, you might just end up with, let's upgrade the bat weapon again. Oh yeah, I've already got it. So I do want to keep an eye out for the whip. It's catch-22, I guess. Because on one hand, horizontal means there's always going to be something relevant for you to look at. Receive one of the list of items when leveling up. Healing is now doubled. Oopsie. I messed up bad. I still think backcountry might have been a good idea, but... We're gonna start with the Serenade of Healing. Wait. Flames of Misspell. What upgrades the Flames of Misspell again? Torn's Box. That's a cursed item, but gives a lot of upgrades as a result. It's different from the, Flames of Misspell is a parody of the Flames of Moosespell. Jeez, the Flames of Misspell are a lot better than I remember. I need an enemy that's actually durable if I want to get my HP low now. I got way too much durability. I don't want to actually die. I just need to get my health low. there we go. Thinking about, I probably should have focused on the life's paranormal scan to get max HP up, and hope that maybe having over 600 to 65 HP would still count towards it. It's usually not too, the achievements aren't usually too rough, or if they are, usually have a way to bypass it. Like how the characters without any eggs, you can usually just use Queen Sigma, who's very clearly designed for that. Oh nice, so the mini-boss got the Decaying debuff. So basically it can't damage me. Heart of Fire. We had a few ice builds, now let's have a fire build. Let there be fire. Reattract orb. Good, sounds good to me. get blue spheres. I'm about halfway there, which is rather unfortunate. Free damage, sounds good to me. They're getting more and more tanky, which is making it a bit harder to do this. Does mean I'm that much more dangerous to be near, though. Actually, I just realized I don't even have the upgrade item that I need for everything I own, so I probably should have gotten the armor. An extra treasure spawns every minute. Free spinach sounds good. Smash it. Not sure I'll be able to make it, but we'll see. Torment box. Not only is it a good item for a new spell. Hollow Heart. Bloody Tear. Oh crap, I don't have enough room to upgrade that. I need a Hollow Heart to max in order to upgrade the base starting weapon anyways, so I'll just focus that for now, I guess. Max health has surpassed that, yeah. So I guess now we'll find out if I can do that. Yeah, they can't even. These things can't even kill me anymore. Yeah, I've mentioned these big bats are way more durable than they should be, and I'm still melting them a bit too fast for them to actually damage me. At least in a meaningful degree. Alright, so either we're... Alright, since I went past the 600 mark, this is either going to be the easiest one or the hardest one to unlock. Just another bracer, huh? I'm already healing faster than I can take damage. Oh, wonderful, the bat, the Mazo Familiar. Wow, there are a lot of bots tonight. That is honestly kind of disappointing. Yeah, it's no good. It's... Yeah, I can't... They literally can't damage me fast enough. That's no good. My health is way too high for enemies to bring me to the red zone anymore. Not to mention all the self-healing I have. Especially since I got the Sarabe of healing, which doubles my healing. And I can't deactivate the healing either, so these are type of attacks. "19 minutes. And of course, with armor reducing damage, it's going to take even longer to kill me. Free armor level. Might as well. Oh, nice. The bracelet activated. Okay, yeah. Achieve all the maximum health. We now have our collection here. Wandering the jetpack. Losing health generates exploding projectile. Explosion is increased by recovered health and magnet bonus. Explosion area is increased by magnet. Interesting. Because requires defeating a frozen enemy. This is... Let's see what times level up. Extra treasure spawns every minute. Cannot be sealed. Enables the unlocking activation. Oh, is that all of them? Yeah, looks like I've already got them again. I might come back to this a bit, but for the moment, I think, it might be good to call it. Well, I had a good time trying out the new content. I'm definitely gonna have to give it another go later, but until next time, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.